it was greatly, greatly appreciated. We aren't the only people in trouble, kids. England, and I don't know how we are a gigantic country. We have a lot of land. Most of the United States is not populated. It's hard to believe. You know, we have our cities, and then we have the suburbs around the cities, and then we have these rural areas that
you're a New Yorker again.
Yeah, areas. Hey, where's the fucking pizza pie? That's like Chicago. You gotta get your deep dish pizza. That's your pizza, not the New York fucking crappy thin pizza. You need your deep dish pizza. So, yeah, we're a huge country, and most of it, you fly over, you look down, there are not people there. It's amazing. England is a small fuck country. They have rural areas, but they can fill up very quick. So when they're getting a lot of these illegals coming in, and a lot of foreigners coming in, it really makes a difference very quickly. So it's a problem for them. And seeing Trump being elected here, I think it's motivated some people over there, and even in some other countries that are being inundated with these foreign burden invaders. But here's a couple of blokes, if I may say, from England, in England. And this is enlightening and gives me a little hope. Maybe they'll do what we did here and tell the status quo to go fuck themselves. And we're tired of it. And we want change, real change, fast change to get it back. Because they are literally losing their nation. They're losing their culture. They're losing their entire history as Britain. And it's sad. It's fucking sad. Watch this guy and his buddy.
England's England. And sometimes I don't even want to be here.
Why is that?
Bad.
Well, it's getting worse.
Too many bloody foreigners. You look around, there's a foreigner. No more England. Might as well name it something else. Hell.
Hell? Why hell?
There's too many foreigners.
Immigrants are jarring.
There we go, what he said.
What's that?
Immigrants are jarring.
What does that mean, jarring?
Annoying. Send them back. You have homeless English people not getting housed, but you have immigrants that come here. They're illegal and they get housed.
Same thing.
It's a joke.
So just illegal. You're saying just illegal.
Illegal immigrants.
But legal. I'm talking. I just asked that.
Yeah,
Just about legal migrants.
Yeah, but even if they're legal immigrants, they still shouldn't be put over English people. No. We spend too much tax money on immigrants, and I think that's a joke. And we should worry about our own people before others.
Do you think the political class generally are doing that then?
No. I think the Conservative Party is an absolute joke, and young people in this country don't have a voice, and it makes me sick.
And what? So if you could vote, lads, who would you vote for?
Who would I vote for? Yeah. Reform UK, probably.
Yeah. That's the one.
Reform UK.
Yes, mate.
Reform UK.
Yes. Get rid of that Rishi Sunak, Prime Minister. Get rid of him.
What a mug.
Yes.
So the media would say that people that vote Reform UK, older, boomers, racists.
Just Reform UK though.
But hold on one sec. But we've got a young guy, mixed heritage, who's saying Reform UK. So what are those people wrong about? What attracts you to Reform UK?
Reform UK is that, if you're an actual English citizen, you actually have a voice in what happens in this country. But then with a Conservative Party, we don't ever get a voice. So Conservatives just rich people doing what they want to make the most money that they can, which has always been for ages. But Reform UK, actual working class English people have a voice in what happens in the country.
We were talking to some young boys over there a moment ago, and they really surprised me because they said they were into Reform UK.
Yeah, that's what everyone's been saying. Everyone around Chai has been saying that they're like Reform UK, they're very into it. I haven't really heard many people talking about Labour. It's mainly just been Reform UK, like people, like 15, 16 and everything, just been talking.
That's really that will surprise many people.
Yeah.
That's kind of strange because most people think Reform voters, older, homeowners, blokes in their 50s and 60s just saying it's kids in Chichester. Sorry, kids. Young adults in Chichester.
Yeah, I think, there's a lot of people that are just, if you ask anyone around here, like 15, 16, maybe even young, they'll just say like it's all about Reform UK. They don't really have opinion on like Conservatives or Labour, or it's just...
But they've had it.
Why though? What's driving them to that opinion?
I don't know, I think it's because TikTok, because there's been a lot of things about Reform UK coming from like other teens in other places. It'll be like they'll kind of be influenced by that.
White blonde
and
girl.
it'll be like,
so
because social
pretty.
media's got such an impact and influence.
That's enough. The point is, it sounds very familiar. Doesn't that sound exactly here? Like, the conservatives aren't doing what they need to do. And you're like, yeah, that's how we feel here, even though the Republicans, Trump is considered a Republican, but most of the political mainstream Republicans, it was the same thing. They're not helping us out. They're not doing anything in this country. The real shame is for England is, first of all, their size. They're like fucking Rhode Island or something. They're going to be taken over in no time if that continues. And like, we were saddled with the melting pot thing. That's our fucking cross to bear. That's our bullshit. That's our nonsense that we've had stapled to us for all these years. We're a melting pot. We're America. The Statue of Liberty says, fuck you. It's so fucking counterproductive to a great country. But England doesn't have that. How did they get caught up in they need to accept all these douchebag, burdensome, savage, unintelligent, low IQ douchebags? How did they get that? I could even see how we got it. Bamboozled. They put a plaque on the bottom of the Statue of Liberty saying, yeah, bring us your cocksuckers, your douchebags, your all that shit. I think that's what it says. So I could see how we got duped into it. But England? It's like we're a postage stamp here in the North Atlantic. Why do we have to take anybody? And to see the younger generation, and this is always the way it happens, people, younger generation does not want to be their parents. And if their parents were these PC, woke assholes, we need to bring in more refugees and everyone deserves to have a standard of living like we... And the kids are like, what? No. I don't care what you're saying. I'm going to do the opposite because you're my parent and I hate you. So that's kind of good, seeing young people like that in England. And again, I hope the Trump wave carries over to countries like England and Germany, Italy. We're seeing a big change there with that fucking broad they got over there. She don't like those immigrants much. Is she carrying Elon's baby too? I don't know. Her and Elon seem to have gotten along very well. Mamma mia. And Germany, they have I forgot what the name of the party is over there. National Social? No. Should be. Yeah, they got their party that is trying to come to power that is all about, pride in nation. Yeah, there it is. German Conservative Party.
The Deutsche Conservative Party.
Yeah, it's good. And I've seen a lot of videos of young German people saying the same thing. They're tired of this shit. They're tired of the crime and the foreigners losing their identity. And this, by the way, was a grave concern back when the EU first started. I remember when the European Union first got together and first started talking, and people were like, I don't know. This seems like every nation is going to lose their identity as being, you're French because you live in France, and, you're German, and Germany's for Germans. And it was exactly what everyone was concerned about. It's all some big mishmash now, and not only of just Europeans. That wasn't bad enough to just mix up the nations and cultures of Europe. They imported in savages from third world countries and sprinkled a liberal dose of that shit into all the countries. And they're completely losing their identity as these sovereign nations and cultures. We have our own issues here in America that we're hopefully and finally dealing with. But I feel bad for a lot of people over there in Europe that have to deal with the nonsense that they've been dealing with.